Hello Lloyd, thanks for being the YouTube star for this week.
No worries.
Lloyd, you're 24 years of age and you're from Bournemouth.
I am.
And you've been here every week, haven't you? Every Friday night for these protests outside the Migrant hotels here in Bournemouth. Now, is this quite new to you, or have you been involved in campaigning or activism for a while?
Last year and a half, about 18 months now.
Yeah. Now, have you had people sort of critical of what you're doing as well as supporters? Has it been 50-50 support and...
It's a big mix. It's hard to tell exactly the numbers or the percentage, but I like to think there's more on this side. There's more patriotic people around at the moment.
Because people often say we're far right, don't they? What does that even mean? What does far right actually mean? This term's being brandished around now all the time. Far right. I don't think we even know what it means now.
No, I think it's lost its value. I don't believe in far left or far right.
We're centre.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even centre, it's just I analyse a lot of the details and a lot of the information, and you either agree or you don't. I think that's where they get the left and right from. It's just putting two parties in place. I think there's more to it than that. There's definitely more to it.
Yeah. Lloyd, would you say? I mean, you're only 24. Would you say your place on the political spectrum, your views have changed or moved on in the last 5 years, or have you?
Dramatically.
Right.
Dramatically.
Yeah. How would you explain that? What happened? Is there a time where you feel that you started to change your mindset?
COVID. Since COVID happened, the start of that definitely woke me up massively to a lot of changes.
Yeah. Were you suspicious and questioning right at the beginning of lockdown, or was it several months or a year later?
Right at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
So you felt like you knew what was happening when it happened, because it just, for many people, it just came out of nowhere, didn't it?
It did come out of nowhere, but I think there was a lot of panic and a lot of distress, and I think that caused a lot of people to make rash decisions, whereas I kind of just sat and watched for a while.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot going on through that period of time.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
I was going to say, Lloyd, this is why I continue to debate with people on social media who don't like us, people who are attacking us, people who are very rude, people who don't want any sort of proper debate. This is the reason I keep debating with them, is because there's so many people out there that will see that and read that who haven't made their mind up yet, who are confused, who haven't decided. They're not clear in their minds about what's actually going on, and they're reading that stuff, because not everyone that reads stuff on social media reveals himself. A lot of people are anonymous, so there could be hundreds or thousands of people reading those conversations. That's why I carry on, but sometimes I feel like I'm going around in circles with some people.
Yeah, it does definitely.
Yeah, it's exhausting, isn't it, sometimes?
Yeah.
Lloyd, before we go any further, just have a quick look at so it's Friday evening, and we're outside the Roundhouse Hotel in the Lansdowne in Bournemouth, and Lloyd, is there anything else? Is there anything you'd like to add? Because you've been here every week, and I don't think you haven't missed a week, have you, Lloyd?
I don't think so, no.
It was late July, wasn't it, when we were outside the Chine Hotel?
Yeah.
Not far from here. What do you say? Some people say to us that we are intimidating vulnerable people outside where they're staying. Now, people say, "Oh, you're bullying and intimidating some of the world's most vulnerable and desperate people." Now, I don't agree with that. I think that's a very simplified, overgeneralized view. Personally, I don't agree with that. But that's what a lot of people say. What do you respond with? How do you respond to that when people say things like that? Because it's a very provocative thing to say, isn't it?
If you think about it, if the shoe was on the other foot, if we had troubles in this country and we all fled to someone else's home, We'd be expected to treat the place respectfully, to treat the members of the public respectfully, sorry. And we aren't getting that here. We know there's problems, and we're trying to voice those problems. And because we've been shut down, and we're called racist, and we're called all these words, it's just becoming harder for us to express our point of view because we've been shut down with these words.
We're actually centre ground, aren't we? You know, we are people from all walks of life, all ages. Yeah. You're going to London tomorrow, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. You're going on a coach?
Yes.
Yeah. How many people do you think will be there, and how are you feeling about it? I suppose it's really hard to predict how it's all going to pan out and what's going to happen.
Yeah, as long as it's peaceful and everybody's happy, it should be a good day. I think it's going to be a big experience.
Hundreds of thousands of people.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So sometimes people say to me, well, what do you hope to achieve? What do you want to achieve? You know, when our critics say, what are you achieving, on what do you want to achieve? I'm going to put you on the spot. Sure. When people ask you, what do you want to achieve from doing this every week, what would you say? It's a big question, isn't it?
Firstly, we're trying to build up the support, because there's still, like you said earlier, there's still a lot of people sat on the fence, and we're trying to send a message to the government that, you know, there is a problem that needs to be looked at and discussed, and they need to be fair on both sides, because otherwise you're going to end up, we don't want to make the migrants feel unwelcome, the legal ones, but at the same time you don't want us feeling distressed because of the guests we have. You know, it's got to work for everybody, otherwise it's going to be mass unrest, and that's the last thing everybody wants, because there will be mass casualties if this carries on and it gets out of hand.
It's a shame it's had to come to this, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
it is. Because this should have been dealt with years ago.
Yeah,
years ago.
Yeah.
So this is the government's fault. No matter where you stand on the political spectrum, whether you're left, right, or you're neither, you should be unhappy with the government right now, because you see what they're doing.
Yeah.
This is harsh.
Because I hate to talk about left and right and be so tribal about it, but it seems to me like a lot of people that are left-leaning or far left or extreme left, it seems like they're very interested in the welfare and the human rights and the well-being of people coming into this country illegally, but they don't seem to have much interest in, or as much interest in, the welfare and the human rights and the safety of people that are already here.
Yeah.
You've got to balance the two. But I find that with a lot of people that oppose us, it's very one-sided. They're not interested in talking about the welfare and the well-being and the safety of people that are already here.
Yeah.
The existing population. They just want to talk about the problems and the human rights of the people coming in.
Yeah, which is the problem. We can't have one without the other.
No.
Because these are the people that supposedly want equality. So if you're really fighting for equality, we need equality for both sides. Otherwise, it becomes a hypocrisy.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing we want, because it creates more problems.
Yeah.
So we have to voice our opinions at the moment.
Do you have any friends that have really opposed you, or do you find that most of your friends have been supportive to varying extents, even if they don't fully agree with you?
But they're happy to have the conversation, and we respect each other through that. So if you stop talking, when people stop talking, violence happens. So we need to have these discussions now before things do get worse, you know, and hopefully it won't come to that. So this is why we're fighting for the freedom of speech. It's important to talk about these issues, and putting them in a box and putting them under the bed is only going to make it worse, because it's not going to go away.
You got away with words, I like it.
Thank you.
So, I was just going to say, it's, the temperatures have dropped, haven't they? It's only middle of September.
Yeah.
I think our crowd has thinned out a bit quicker tonight, because people need to get ready for tomorrow, because we're leaving at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm having an early night myself.
Yeah. Well, you hope so.
Yes.
That's the plan at the moment.
Yeah, that's it.
But thank you, Dean. If there's anything else, Dean, you'd like to add? then is there anything else you'd like to say before we go? I'm really grateful for you for this, because each week I want to talk to somebody of a different age group, different walk of life, show people what a mixed crowd we are. We're not a bunch of thugs. I mean,
we're not horrible people. There's lovely people here.
Yeah.
Elderly, there's kids, and everyone in between.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of lovely people. It's not like we don't care about migrants. We don't care about people of other cultures, or but
But where do we draw the line? This is what I keep saying to people. How many? What's the quota? What's the figure? How many?
We are a tiny island. We can't help the entire world. We're only a small island,
and if everybody keeps coming here, or coming to France, or coming to Germany, how is that going to do anything about any of the problems? How's that going to help these countries they're coming from? How is it going to help this country?
It won't. We'll become bankrupt through this if it carries on.
Yeah.
So, and then we won't be able to help anyone ever. So, we do need to draw the line somewhere. But government needs to start talking about it.
But also the concept of our national identity. Every country's got its own identity, and a lot of people now don't recognise their towns or cities. They don't know what country they're in. They don't feel it's changed so fast, so much. And I think some people might think national identity is a vain, unimportant thing. But for me, I don't know how you feel, Dean, but for me, losing our identity is a major worry.
Yeah, I think a lot of our character, my personal character, my identity comes from my culture and my country.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's important. It is important.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dean. I'll let you go. All the best. Thanks, Dean.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.